Hey, and welcome to your reading. Thanks for joining me. This is going to be a reading for April, but it's going to be time sensitive, but also evergreen. So if you do stumble upon this another time, there might be a message in here for you. See what's going on for you. So behind you is the Five of Cups, which is a card of disappointment. So there might be something that you've been processing that has been maybe an expectation that's fallen short for you, but it's behind you, so that's promising. It's quite a tricky card. It's that crestfallen sort of just deflation feeling. And what you've moved into now is the Queen of Swords. So this is a card of finding that clarity again within you and rising above the clouds or the fog. She's also a card of establishing really firm boundaries. So knowing what's yours, what isn't yours. I'm feeling for you that's through responsibilities and a sense of commitment. So maybe that disappointment or that heaviness that was there was around feeling tangled up in sort of energetic dramas with others. And then the Queen of Swords shows a progression into feeling a little bit more certain about what lies with you, what responsibilities lie with you, and what doesn't. So that can bring a really beautiful sense of relief. There can also, I'm sensing this also convey a sense of fearing coming across as cold or a bit icy. So the Queen, she does have that aloof, detached energy. So in this situation, though, I'm feeling that that's actually serving you well. You need a bit more of that. And when it comes to this emotional entanglement, feeling guilty or responsible for things that don't really fall in your court, then it's actually good to have or to allow yourself to at least have a period of being a little bit more detached. And yeah, some people might view that as uncaring. But if you're used to caring too much about things that don't fall in your court of responsibility, then that's kind of the antidote, isn't it? As challenging as it may be. You know in your heart that you're not uncaring. So it's about going, okay, I know in my heart I've got a good heart, but for now I need to put up a shield or a screen. Yeah. Coming up soon in the future, there's this other sword card, the Page of Swords. So this is showing that there needs to be a reinvigoration of your innocence and your childlike innocence. So with this energy, I think that's important for you to feel good in establishing what you need to establish to stay self-preserving, but don't lose your innocence along the way, or don't let yourself doubt your innocence. So this card shows that there's this kind of intensity to you that you do really want to help, you do really want to support, you are curious, you like getting involved with the workings of other people's lives because you do actually care. But along the way, because you maybe overextend at times, your innocence can get lost in that. So come back to that in its purity and follow your curiosity that's genuine to you. So not that automatic sense of like, I need to get involved, I need to fix, I need to repair, I need to meddle. Come back to, hey, what actually lights you up and what makes you feel inspired, and focus your energy on that, double down on that. That's actually really important for you at the moment, because that's going to help you come back to your sphere, and it's going to help you get back on track with where you want to go. And yeah, that's going to give you energy rather than looking for energy, getting involved in other people's worlds too much. That's reinforced here in the best course of action position. You've got the Emperor. So this is that ability within us to be very strategic, methodical, disciplined. It's about getting shit done, essentially, and doing what it takes to get shit done, even if that is moving through discomfort, even if your body is telling you, your feelings are telling you, no, I don't want to do that, I want to do that, I want to do that, but you know it would pay off and it'd be worth it. So we often get told to listen to our body at all costs, but sometimes our body is trapped in an automatic repetition pattern. The Emperor is that energy of going, actually know deep down that I need to break through this. And so it's about getting in touch with that capacity within you to move through discomfort to make something happen that you know is going to pay back in spades and be really beneficial for you. So activating that inner masculine energy will be really beneficial at the moment. For your environment, there's the Eight of Cups. So this card shows that you are taking the higher road. There's something here that was maybe satisfying a need of yours, but isn't anymore. And you have to get really honest about that. What is it that's actually genuinely not filling you up anymore, but used to? So it might have been nourishing at one point, but now there's this sense that it's just really not hitting the spot. And then that can become an addiction if you keep going back looking for that same feeling when it's genuinely not there. So it takes courage to leave these cups that used to feel like they were giving you something, and to walk out into the unknown and to choose something new for yourself. So it's a powerful card of redirection, of pivoting, doing that really consciously, or else it's going to be something that needs to happen in the end anyway, but it's going to feel heavy and disappointing, and then you don't want to go back into this disappointment feeling. So let yourself take the path of higher value for you, okay? Whatever that looks like, use these skills that you've been learning with the Queen of Swords to cut through the chafe and cut through other people's entanglements and really put yourself first. That's what Spirit is calling for you at the moment. Now, the challenge with this is the Lovers. So this can be the many parts within us that don't always agree. So it's important for you to choose what's best for you as an overarching equation. So what I'm trying to get at is like, okay, this part might be saying do this part might be saying don't do that, do this other thing. But overall, they both want the best for you. So it's about finding which choice is going to work best for you, even though there's still a bit of conflict inside, okay? And I'm also getting a feeling of this, you need to get back in touch with the sense that you are loved by the universe. So I love this art on this card because there's this woman here and there's this ethereal figure holding her. And I just feel like that could be spirit or universal energy. And she feels contained and supported. And we've all got an inner feminine, and our inner feminine wants that, wants to feel like we're supported. And we block that. We block that through doubt. Doubt cancels abundance. We block that through looking at the evidence in the past that says, you know, things went wrong and it was my fault or the universe let me down. So if you're placing blame on yourself or something outside of yourself, that's only going to drain you and block this sense of feeling supported at the moment. So the universe is always waiting to support you. You just need to drop the guard and let it in. And sometimes it's loud, sometimes it's more of a whisper. So being okay with the gentle currents of that support and counting your blessings, you know, doing some gratitude journaling can really activate that quite quickly. I know that's bandied around a lot and you don't want to do gratitude stuff when you have to force it every day, that kind of thing. But if you haven't done it for a while, it can really just change like the structure of your brain like that. And there's a lot of research behind that. So I think for you, if you want to help balance out these energies inside of you, you need to find a midpoint. That midpoint is usually the heart, and the heart, you can get in touch with your heart by counting your blessings and feeling into what you do value and what you do love in your life right now as it is. Samson the cat's coming in. He always comes in when I'm doing a reading. So we've got at the end here, the outcome, got the Three of Cups. So this is a really beautiful card to finish on. As you can see, it's a lot of energetic sharing and a sense of abundance, but it's also a card of community. So it's important to make sure you're looking outside of your individualistic sphere at the moment and connecting with others where you can. That's all I'm getting off that one, so I'm going to pull some more. Hey, mate. Yeah, okay, so got 2 Wands cards, so fire. Got the Page of Wands and I don't know why I'm doing it like that. The Page of Wands and the Ace of Wands. So this is about getting back in touch with what inspires you and something that lights you up from the inside out. So connecting with that 3 of Cups, it might be a good idea to look at, hey, what's a group or a hobby, some kind of setting where you can go and enjoy something that you love. And by virtue of that, potentially rub up against different energies, meet different people. But ultimately, it's really about choosing something that lights you up, that you maybe used to do as well, that you miss. So think outside the box, but also go back to something potentially familiar around that as well. The Page is also, it's important with the Page to nurture something in its infancy. So to not get so gung-ho with something that might be sparking inside of you. So letting yourself take your time in getting involved in something and not feeling like you have to rush it or it has to fulfill all your needs straight away. So it's important it's like a little fire with like kindling. Got to kind of give it some tenderness and care and make sure the wind doesn't blow it out. And the Ace is really a beautiful card because it's that thing of like, if there's something in the world that you want, you really can get your hand out and grab it. But it's going to maybe take some energy cultivation, building back up your strength, keep continuing to disentangle yourself from things that you know are draining you, and really letting yourself ask, what do I want to do in this life? And go for it. I'm just going to pick a few other cards just to add to this. Got the Ace of Cups, which balances out the Ace of Wands, which these are gorgeous cards. And the Ace of Cups is water. So that's more about a new relationship sparking up. This could be love. It could be a new relationship with your higher self through the work that you've been doing. So it could be an external expression of that, but also an internal connection of that as well. And as you've got fire and water here, they're basically just saying, get back in touch with your spark and your heart and really let yourself dream a bit, hey? Maybe you haven't felt like you could have dreamed with a lot of the issues that have been going on lately and entanglements and that kind of thing. So getting back in that dream space will bring you sight. And then you need to take some action with that as well, big or small. Okay, beautiful. Thanks for joining me. Lovely reading. April looks like there's a nice shift here of redistributing your power, giving it back to yourself, but also letting yourself feel supported from the universe, getting a little bit stern and creating some rules with yourself, with the Emperor, which will allow you to get back out into the world a bit more and also get in touch with your dreams and what you want this next chapter to look like, because it's an exciting time and it's good to not get too caught up into despair or thinking that the world's on fire, which, you know, it is, but it always has been in different areas. So come back to your world and look at your locus of control, what you can influence right now, and look at where you might be stuck and see that as a challenge. See that as a sacred challenge to move through that stuckness, because we're all going to die one day. So, you know, while we're here, let's give it a crack and move through some of the things that require courage. Yeah. All right, beautiful. I'm going to leave it there. Have a beautiful month and thanks for joining me. Really appreciate it. If you like this reading, hit subscribe and let me know in the comments below how this has landed for you. All the best.